Lok Sabha elections. The big story, State Bank of India has finally submitted the electoral bond data to the Election Commission, complying with the Supreme Court order. Now, as per the directions of the court, the Election Commission will now have to upload the data on its website by the 15th of March. Parikshit is standing by with the latest on the electoral bonds matter. Parikshit, the Supreme Court had made it clear that State Bank of India would need to comply with its order by end of day today or face contempt. What do we know so far in terms of what data has been supplied and what next?
Well, we have just received a confirmation from the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India has made a public statement saying that they have received electoral bond data from the State Bank of India. Now, this is as per the orders of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court had rejected SBI's plea for extension of time till the 30th of June in order to match all the data and submit it before the court. The court had said that it can take very strict action against the bank if it fails to comply with these orders. Now, what happens? The Election Commission has its task cut out. Over the next 2 days, they have to collate all this data and publish it on their website by the 15th of March, that is Friday, till about 5 p.m. What all will be there on the website? Donor data in terms of the names of the donors, the amount donated by a particular donor, and who was the recipient. Now, many experts have said that the actual donor or matching the code of the donor might be difficult, but what we may actually get to know is certain trends related to quid pro quo. Now, this is what activists and opposition parties would be looking for. They would be scanning the electoral bond data for such trends of quid pro quo, trying to see if anyone has benefited from donating to a particular party. So let's keep that aside. But what we also have to see is whether a compliance affidavit has been submitted by the SBI chairman and the managing director, and that would have to happen because that was also the order of the Supreme Court. There is also an interesting letter that has been written by the Supreme Court Bar Association to the President of India, asking her to restrain the implementation of this verdict of the Supreme Court, saying that there should be a presidential reference and it should not be implemented. So let's see how this functions. But quite clearly, the Supreme Court has made it very clear that all of this information has to be in public domain. So by Friday, all of this will be out. We will get to know more steps from the Election Commission. Interestingly, on the 14th, 1 day before all the electoral bond data comes out, the committee to appoint the election commissioners is also meeting at 12 noon on Thursday. So a lot of developments at the Election Commission over the next 2-3 days.
Yes, so many developments, and we will have to wait to see in what fashion the data has been submitted, whether the data is actually collated or, as the Supreme Court had said, you know, we don't care if you don't match it, just give the data out. So we will have to see what has been sent by State Bank of India and what the Election Commission puts out. Up next on India